My name is Prashant, and today I'll be talking about why the U.S. must rapidly transition to renewable energy to combat climate change and secure a more sustainable future. For example, every time we turn on a light, we drive a car, we use energy. But much of that energy still comes from fossil fuels that still harm our planet. Climate change is causing stronger storms, wildfires, and rising costs, and this is still affecting us overall. Throughout the speech, I'll describe main points, including how our dependence on fossil fuels is accelerating climate change, and then show how renewable energy offers a powerful and practical solution, and finally share what we can do to drive this transition forward. Whether or not we realize this, climate change is affecting every one of us. Through higher utility bills, extreme weather, and rising health risks, and economic instability, the choices we currently make today about energy will shape the air we breathe, the jobs we hold, and the world we leave behind for future generations. And this picture here shows the impact on climate change on human health across various sectors. The purpose of this speech is to persuade the audience that the United States must rapidly transition to renewable energy to combat climate change. This is essential for the United States because this can help us fight climate change, reduce dependence for fossil fuels, and create a more sustainable and resilient future. For example, in 2023, the United States experienced 28 weather disasters, each causing over $1 billion in damage, from deadly wildfires to devastating floods. These aren't just events, these are warnings, and the planet's heating up, and we should stand up and take action. I researched this issue using expert sources, including organizations including like the National Resource Defense Council, the Federalization of American Scientists, and energy analysts who specialize in climate and sustainability. These findings show how renewable energy isn't just an option for us, it is a necessity. Our continued dependence on fossil fuels can show how it isn't just damaging our environment, it is putting our health, economy, and our future at a serious risk. If we do not make this change right now, we'll face more consequences like dangerous weather, rising costs, and long-term consequences which we cannot avoid. Picture this, for example. You wake up in the middle of summer and the air outside feels like an oven. The power grid is strained and everyone's running their AC, and your energy bill is higher than ever. And wildfires rage in the west and floods cover cities in the east. And this isn't news, it's filled with climatical disasters. This, for example, has happened when you have noticed in Texas where there are lots of floods due to heavy rains. This shows like climate change is a occurring event and we should stand up. If we continue relying on fossil fuels, the consequences overall will become worse. Stronger and more frequent natural disasters, higher healthcare, and food and water shortages, and billions of dollars of damage from extreme weather. Future generations will inherit a planet which is more hotter and less stable and harder to live in. This doesn't just affect us, not just the future, but currently right now. Whether it's the rising cost of energy or smoke and air we breathe, the impact on jobs, communities, and the effect of fossil fuel dependence are showing up in our daily lives. The most effective way we have known to fight climate change and protect our future is to transition to renewable energy. Clean renewable resources like solar, wind, and hydropower reduce pollution and create jobs and lower long-term energy costs. Renewable energy is the best way for us to fight climate change. Unlike fossil fuels, clean sources like solar, wind, and power don't pollute the air. They're getting cheaper and more reliable. And these are one of the most affordable energy sources which are available. In the future, we'll continue to use fossil fuels. The air gets dirtier and the weather gets extreme, and the energy costs will keep going up. Wildfires, floods, and storms become more common, and our health and safety are at risk. However, we'll switch to clean energy. The air is cleaner, the weather is more stable, and the energy becomes cheaper. We'll have more jobs and healthier communities. Countries, referring to my practical experience, countries and companies around the world are already proving that renewable energy works. According to the NRDC, renewable energy sources like solar, wind are now powering entire communities while reducing carbon emissions. The Green Report also highlights how businesses are integrating clean energy to lower costs and meet sustainability goals. These real-world efforts show how renewable energy isn't just a theory, it is already being successfully implemented across industries and nations. Now, this is the time to act. Support leaders who prioritize clean energy. Choose renewable options when possible at your home, community, or in your daily habits. Talk about it, share what you have learned. Even a small step can lead to a big change. We have a big role we play in our lives for this to happen. I chose option A, which shows how renewable energy sources improve a person's lives by providing cleaner air, water, and to mitigate climate change. These events cause a more impactful and beneficial life. As a conclusion, climate change is getting worse, but we still have time to act. Switch to renewable energy can reduce pollution, grow the economy, and protect our health. The technology is ready. We just need to take action from leaders and all of us. Choose clean energy when you can, and talk about this with climate experienced leaders. Even a small step can lead to a big change. Now is the time to act. Thank you.